Alrighty, so this is Site 202. It's been a while since I've seen all you guys. If you notice, a lot of the course is kind of just at your own pace and everything else, relatively at your own pace. I cannot indicate that it is completely at your own pace. So within that, I'll kind of just break down everything, or well, not break down everything. I'll just kind of, if you have any questions, send me an email. Bear in mind, this is kind of your last week for submitting a lot of your work. And that's where I'll share my screen. Screen share, there you go. So with the screen share, it'll kind of just, I'm just gonna go over the syllabus again for the last portion in terms of the syllabus scheduling. So within that, you have your career exploration. That's where I'm still grading a lot of these. Your formal letter, cover letters, your resume with references. Again, bear in mind that a lot of it is pretty straightforward. I'm not trying to hoodwink you or anything else. I'm simply trying to make sure that one, as you're going forward, you're kind of garnering better information in terms of the process of hiring and stuff like that, and also career exploration. And the reason why I like teaching this course is because initially I've been a supervisor here and there, and I've also ran my own consulting business. And so within that, a lot of times I'm having to bring in interns. And so when I bring in interns, a lot of times I'm having to evaluate a lot of the work that they're doing. Because again, for me, when I implement a lot of this information into the public, I also want to make sure that I'm bringing quality work. And so when I bring in interns, the same thing applies. And so I'm evaluating a lot of their work and everything else, and also their work ethic. In addition to that, if you notice, if you go into your resume and everything else, I kind of made notations here and there. But one of the things I kind of look at is when you're applying for a job or you're applying for anything else, I want to make sure that you're going off of your current resume, things that you currently have. If you don't have any training in here and here, but you're putting that into your resume, what's going to happen is when you get into your 499 course, if that, you go into internships, the fear is that, and you're going to use it into your 499 course when you're applying for an internship and everything else. And when that happens, what's going to happen is all the information that you share with me, and if it sounds really great, and I say, hey, you know what, I make a recommendation, and that's not true and it's not accurate, again, it's going to fall back on you and say, and then that's where I'm going to simply say, well, this is what you had in your resume. So that's the reason why I try to make sure that you're being as forthcoming and also as truthful as possible in your resume writing and also in your formal letters and everything else, because again, some of this information bridges into the additional elements. And again, that's what's reiterated in your syllabus as well. So kind of bear that in mind. So again, you also have your PowerPoint due. Don't forget about that. So that's coming up on the 21st. You have your reflection paper coming up on the 21st. If you can get it done early, great. And then you have your letter of intent to grad school. So for some, again, one of the things is the 21st is kind of the cutoff for everything. And the reason why I'm limiting it now, and this is for the 202 courses, I've had students say you can have an extension. The honest answer is no. And the reason why I say that is because this course is a 200 level course. Within that, a lot of the information should be pretty straightforward. In addition to that, this course is not as rigorous in that you're not being tested or quizzed on anything. In addition to that, you're not necessarily writing huge, long research papers or anything else. Everything is pretty rudimentary. So within that, kind of keep that in mind. So even if you do ask for an extension, I'll simply say no, due to the fact that it's been pretty, a lot of the due dates have been pretty flexible in terms of submissions and everything else. So again, that's one of the things, but the 21st is when the course will end. So again, bear that in mind. So again, I leave that up to you. So if you have any questions, email me or send me a text or anything else. And within that, have an awesome, be amazing. And your grade should be calculated and everything else by the end of Thanksgiving break. So within that, you should be getting kind of your letter grade what would you call it? You'll be getting a letter grade on, and it'll showcase in your Blackboard. And within Blackboard, it'll be It'll be a letter grade. Initially, what the letter grade will reflect is what's going to be put into the final grade submissions. And so within that, that's when I kind of leave it up to there. Again, one of the biggest things I always try to emphasize is the fact that, initially you work pretty much for the grade that you get. If you didn't submit any work and everything else, and you're saying, hey, I didn't submit anything, but I still should receive an A. And I will simply say, well, there's nothing here. And bear in mind, if you calculate everything, it will kind of reflect what grade you should already have right now. So again, that's pretty much what I look at. And so that's kind of one of the things I'm always evaluating. So again, if you have any questions, send me an email and everything else. So have an awesome day. Be amazing. Be awesome. All right, that's it for me on my end. I am going to stop recording.